Hey everybody, Attorney Somm here. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be discussing how I prepare for my blind tasting exams for the WSET. This will be beneficial for anyone who's taking a WSET course, including levels 2, 3, or 4. One of the members of my tasting group is even applying for the Master of Wine program. And so regardless of the level of experience you have, this video should be useful for you. And it's also useful for those who just want to become blind tasters, better blind tasters than they are currently, even if you're not going to be taking a formal program. Just for background, I'm currently a level 4 diploma student in the WSET, so I've passed levels 1, 2, and 3, and I've also passed 5 out of the 6 units for level 4. And so the only thing I have remaining is the very large Unit 3 course, which covers all the still wines of the world. And the tasting exam for this unit that I'm studying now consists of 12 different wines that you taste blind. You do them in 2 different exams, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and they're presented in groups of 3. 3 of the wines will be from the same region, 3 of the wines will be from the same country, 3 will be the same grape variety, and 3 will be just kind of random in a total mix, and they could be anything. I'm currently in the online program for this course, and so certainly we do get tasting opportunities as part of the online program. The problem, however, is number 1, we only get to taste 2 wines a week and submit notes for feedback, and so we're only receiving feedback for 2 wines per week. Perhaps a bigger issue, though, is that the wines are assigned, and so we know exactly what the wines are, and so you're not really tasting the wines blind like you would be during the actual exam. And so while useful, and while still helpful to get feedback on the actual writing of the notes, it's not the same as what you'll be going through in test conditions. And of course, it's always easier to write up a tasting note when you know what the wine is, rather than when you're trying to figure that out. And so while this is useful and helpful preparation for the exam, it's certainly not by itself sufficient in my view. And so what I did, and some of my friends did, is we formed a tasting group, a study group, if you will. What we do is we meet once a week to taste through wines. We do it in the same format as the level 4 diploma unit 3 tasting. And so one week someone will be assigned to bring wines, and they could bring either just a random group of wines, or 3 to 6 wines from the same country, 3 wines from the same region, or wines that are all the same grape variety. And then we'll each taste those wines under timed conditions, and we'll make sure that we do an actual full tasting note like we'll have to do in the WSET exams. And once we're done with that note, we discuss the wines and we go through our notes, make sure that our palates are calibrated and that we're all detecting the same things. And then once we do that, we do the reveal. And so this is very, very useful, especially given the fact that it's under timed conditions. It's much better practice for what you'll have on the actual exam. Certainly since our group started meeting, I've gotten much better at blind tasting, and my ability to assess exactly what wines we're tasting has improved dramatically. We also take turns purchasing the wines, and so with there being 4 of us, we're only purchasing wines once every 4 times, which definitely helps save on costs. And then also 3 out of the 4 times we're doing a tasting, you're tasting the wines totally blind. But even when it's my turn to bring the wines, I'll still go ahead and do the tasting notes and see what I can come up with and get feedback from the group, because it still helps to align and calibrate your palate with the others. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next one. I come out with weekly wine videos. Until then, drink well.